What are your customers, I guess, asking for in terms of integration? What are their top needs?
The biggest thing that customers ask for is they want the customization in order to generate reports. Like the speaker from this morning, I know you guys weren't at the speaker conference this morning, but one of the speakers said the most important thing when it comes to CRM is to be able to generate reports. And if you didn't know that, I just told you. So to generate reports is probably one of the most important things, but in order to generate reports, there's a process that goes with that, right? So you have to have the data lined up accordingly in order to generate those reports. So when you start asking for those complex reports, we have to go in there and figure out, okay, in order to generate this report, what do we got to do? So we make the adjustments to the back end in order, or what business process or what actual methodology your salespeople are doing that's wrong, or your account manager that needs to start doing in order to generate that report that the manager would like to have.
So it's not just technology, you're also helping with process, because one of the things we talked about is, to get out of CRM is you actually have to put into it, and that takes everybody's responsibility.
Absolutely. If the company is not, I always tell businesses, if you do not have a czar for the CRM, if you do not have somebody who's going to go around the company and crack the whip and make sure that people, especially in small business, because people in small business, when I see somebody in my office that has a yellow pad, I freak out. I go crazy. I'm like, why are you writing this stuff on a yellow pad? It needs to go into the CRM, because then he's just going to throw that pad away, or he's going to miss the notes, or he didn't write down the number. I mean, it's a culture you got to build. You got to tell your businesses, put the data in the CRM. And it's a habit, especially for small businesses who are not accustomed to CRM. You got to put the data in there.
Is there any way, I guess you have to have a czar, but is it just really hitting people, or are there more creative ways you can get people to actually use the system and get away from the yellow pad?
Well, people have to buy into the idea. Again, going back to what the speaker said, he hit on all the right notes. They have to buy into the importance of what the CRM does and the role it plays in helping the business be better for the customer. Because how many times have you called the business and the business knew everything about you when they call? And to me, when you know something about me, what I bought, it helps me. It makes me feel comfortable. I'm like, hey, these guys know that I bought $20,000 worth of service from them last year. So the sales guy or the account manager, they see that, they're like, hey, this guy's a very special customer. If there's something that you need that is a little out of the ordinary, we're willing to go that extra mile because we see in the CRM that you spent a lot of money with us, right? So if you don't have a CRM, how is a guy who you just hired 2 weeks going to know about that? So if you wrote it on a yellow pad, there's no way you're going to know that. So that's why everything has to be centralized so everybody can have access to better service your customers.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
My friend, thank you so much for having me.